Shot down by Shinra, the Tiny Bronco drifts ashore on the western continent. They arrive in an area near Wutai, the nation defeated by Shinra after a long war. So yeah, this is, of course, Yuffie's main side quest, but as you're about to see, some things have been changed a bit.
I know this area pretty well. It gets pretty rough past here. Better get ready.
I swear to God, if she tries to steal our materia again.
Really? Somehow I don't believe you.
Yuffie, quit acting like a kid.
I am a kid, you asshole.
No, you're supposed to be a teenager.
Well, I'm not 18 yet, so fuck you, I'm a kid. Are you trying to trick us again?
Tifa, please.
No, it's really rough.
Of course, irritating, it gets everywhere. Yeah, I know. There
they are!
Coach them!
Shinra!
Well, fancy meeting them here.
Oh,
hey,
no.
that's not them!
These are the guys from before!
Yuffie, you didn't!
No!
You sold us out!
The Shinra, please.
How do we know you aren't a Shinra sleeper agent?
They
No,
would
it
not
wasn't
hire her
me.
ass.
I had nothing to do with this one.
Remember, Shuri, in the original draft, she was supposed to be a cold-blooded mercenary hired by Shinra to kill Cloud and Sephiroth.
This one? So you were trying something.
Hey guys, they're too busy arguing with each other. Should we kill them?
No, sportsmanship, remember.
Tifa, calm down. We'll talk about this later.
Grab them! We'll ask questions later!
Shoot to apprehend, I guess.
So, in the original, if you recall correctly, this is where you realize your materia was gone, and after that Yuffie was gone with your materia. In here, they do something different, but, while we're at it, let's take the occasion to showcase how Sid plays a bit, shall we? So far his moves are kinda meh. Some of the stuff is fine, like multi-attack, but he has also a couple of his limit break integrated, like Dragon Spirit, which serves to increase a bit the limit break to an ally, potentially. You can kinda tell that the devs had no idea how Sid is gonna play out in the third part of the remake, so they just basically had to improvise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, methinks they were really panicking from the lack of animations to take cue from, essentially.
I mean, to be fair, they have the original as reference, and maybe, hopefully, there is something as a coordination between the teams, so they have a general idea of what, is gonna happen eventually, since considering at this point, this part came out, Rebirth was about to be released on PC, so I get the idea at the early stage of development of the third part we're in, and people were finalizing Sid's playstyle, so maybe they had a rough idea at the very least.
I honestly found it weird that Rebirth... I mean, okay, given how Rebirth ends, I'm surprised Rebirth didn't more or less try and do, stuff up until, like, the end of where the original Disc 1 ends, essentially.
I mean, it technically does, it just avoids the specific places that it's gonna say for the third part, like Rocket Town and Wutai.
I do find it weird that they kind of save stuff like that later, since, again, given what happens
it's also
at the
worth
end of
noting
Rebirth...
that, yeah, especially remember, Joe, by the same token, Wutai has a bigger role to play than this.
Wow, look at all that materia. Do all troopers have so many of them?
So yeah, in this version, in order to make Yuffie, I guess, less dickish to the party, they have the Shinra grants to drop a bunch of materia that she is obviously gonna steal.
No, these guys were probably on a special mission. Seems like they were chasing someone. Or something.
Running into Shinra sucked, but we sure hit the jackpot.
Emphasis on we.
What, you were going to say emphasis
Yeah,
on
I said we.
Yeah, we'll definitely be needing these, so let's help ourselves.
Finders
Fortnite
keepers,
loot their
yoink.
bodies.
I call the green one.
I call the red one. Actually, no, I want the
green
purple
one.
one.
I like the way you think.
Poof. Piece
Hi.
of shit.
She stole it all, I can't believe it.
No
Can
way.
you
Yeah,
not
it's-
believe this?
Hey, I didn't
Like-
take yours this time.
Wait, what do you mean this time?
Stop saying this time! She was probably planning this the whole time. Come on, we need to find her.
Yeah, it is an interesting change. Maybe it's to better justify fights that happen during
And
this segment
also,
of the
well,
game.
yes, but also to try to not make the fracturing of Yuffie with the party to be that big. They still want Yuffie to do something, tied to the event, but without her being too much dickish towards them, which, it's up to you to decide if you like that or not.
Yuffie, wait!
Why should I? Here, have this instead.
Then she gives her the middle finger.
Ballsy to do to a guy with a sword as big as his.
I don't think she cares.
Wow!
Hey, Cloud. There's a cloud
Yuffie,
for you.
you know I'm a robot. I don't have to breathe this fucking thing.
Yeah, in that
Oh,
case, why
shit.
are you at the back?
She went that way. Come on.
Yeah, no, hey, Kate Swift, where were you, Mr. Android who doesn't need to breathe?
Oh, poor Red. Oh.
Yuffie, animal cruelty, really?
I kind of like that touch, which, without line of dialogue, adds something to that. And now we jump immediately to
Oh,
Yuffie's
that guy
house.
really pisses me off. After I bought him all that materia to kick Shinra's butt.
She's talking about their power, but Godo does not appear in this game. I guess they still want to be vague enough to reference the events that are talked in Rebirth. We will talk about those also in this game, so for those who are very confused, you'll eventually see.
For the good of Wutai,
We cannot stand up to Shinra, he says. What a loser.
I was actually going to ask if this game does sort of canonize or, go straight to some of the literal side bouts. And, obviously Yuffie and Vincent were originally side material, but I'm talking about, stuff like the optional side quests where you can go back to Wutai and do stuff like
We
the
haven't
tower,
done those yet, I
essentially.
guess we will show it later. Anyway.
If you want your treasure back, just take it.
This feels
Not
like
in there,
it was
is it?
easier than last time.
So many call traps on the floor.
Pull a Pulp Fiction and make it glow. Wait, what?
Instead of dropping a cage on them, she just bars the entrance.
Gotcha! Now you're trapped.
Oh no, it's
No.
not like I can cut through a wooden grate with my
No,
sword.
first of all, it's metal, to be fair, but, the walls are probably made of paper. So, just barrett punch through them, please.
Damn it. How do you open this thing?
If you want the treasure, you're gonna have to defeat them first.
Beat them.
If we die, it's on your conscience.
Nah,
Wouldn't that be something? The team gets killed by Yuffie. I think even Sephiroth would be
Not just by
bewildered
Yuffie, a
that.
bunch of fire rangas, which are pathetic, to say the least.
you know,
These are
I think
basically-
Avalanche are pretty dumb.
Isn't this like the equivalent of basically giant attic mice or whatnot?
Kinda, except they're more like lions or dogs, I guess.
Heck are these doing here? Yuffie, did you train them?
Yeah,
So, I'm guessing for segments like these, obviously you can't play as Yuffie, can you?
Yeah, you cannot. Again,
That would be funny if
when
they had
selecting the party, you're given specific restrictions, depending on who you can bring and who not.
Makes sense for a story battle in a gacha.
That also includes who you can have as the leader if it's a story-related thing that needs to have that person, as the leader of the team.
But yeah, no, like Tio said, we'll expand more on Rebirth, but I'll just say this. I overall like Rebirth, but God. Like I said, it feels like Square are under contractual obligation to always do something that confuses the heck out of their audience for no reason, essentially.
But it's more of a case of setting more things up on the long run.
Fine, you beat me. Yeah.
Technically, we haven't physically beaten you.
They beat her challenge. We take one of those kind of victories.
We're not gonna punch the child.
For a moment, I thought she wasn't gonna come back. Also, remember, Shuri, we technically did physically beat her like 5 or 4 times for her introductory segment of this game.
It won't be the last time. Anyway, Tifa asked why is Yuffie doing this. We're getting basically a condensed version of
it. Move
her.
back to the bottom.
Don't worry,
For my home, for Wutai. I know it's just a sad little tourist spot now, but...
Don't worry, I'm sure it'll be better by Advent Children. Oh, wait.
Ever since I was little, I heard about how lively and resilient this place used to be. After we lost the war, we found peace again, but we also lost something too. Wutai right now is just shit. So I thought if I had a bunch of materia, I could...
What, summon Cthulhu and defeat Shinra?
Leviathan, technically, that's the Wutai god that they're worshipping.
Sorry, Yuffie, but I'm not interested in a history lesson, given the
Shut
fact
up,
that the whole
Yeah, and then
something.
either Tifa, Barrett, or both smacks him on the back of the head. Read the room, crowd.
We don't have time for distractions. Now, come on. To his credit, the whole thing with Sephiroth is kind of a race against the clock, and given how Cloud be incredibly focused, I do get his mentality.
I know,
Still, he is out of line.
But still.
Again, to paraphrase Falcon and the Winter Soldier, he's out of line, but he's right.
I'm not giving up, you hear me?
You got it wrong. The Blue Dragon convention is the other way.
I was about to make that joke. Let's go. I know she's a fan of Blue Dragon, but she's got to let it go. The series is dead.
So yeah, in this version, instead of you continuing having to chase Yuffie, in this case, as you're exiting her house, you basically lose her sight.
Where did she go?
Although
Perhaps she went.
That particular stair does not make sense because that was not where Yuffie's house was.
We could tell ya. Hey, fiddlingly enough, not too long after the New Year's event.
And because we don't render the inside of the turtle paradise, we have to meet on the outside.
Perks. Why are you following us?
Because we're bored.
Because we got orders, but we're off duty. So we'll pretend we never saw you.
How kind. That's just code name for I don't want my face being smacked again.
Then get out of here before I rearrange it. We can't exactly do that since one of our own was taken by Corneo. Along with your little ninja. Why am I getting a sense of deja vu? Oh wait, no, I wasn't even there. So you want our help? How about a temporary truce? Fine, that works for us.
Claude, I don't think you ask our opinion.
Oh, don't worry, I read your minds and I know you all agree with me.
Do we?
Come on, we're doing it for Yuffie. It's what Jesus would do. We're supposed to follow his
Corneo's
example.
a creep.
Knowing him, probably at the top of Da Chao Ta statue. We'll meet you there. Da Chao? Huh. Why do I get the feeling that sounds like some dumbass? Let's go.
So yeah, the whole part where Corneo gets revealed and you have to chase him gets condensed into you meeting the Turks already. Again, this particular chapter in general, as a whole, this segment tends to condense a couple of the stuff that it talks about.
We got company. Get ready.
Also, no, I might have been tempted a bit to quote Deuce Bigelow by saying, that's a huge bitch. But no, I'm not gonna do that.
But, yeah,
I mean, you
no,
kind of just did.
Well, for the part itself, that's what I mean.
It's interesting coming to the Da Chao statue now that we have all that extra lore about Da Chao.
Oh yeah, here's
in the
one
grand scheme
of
things.
here's one of Vincent's alternate outfit, which looks suspiciously like the one that Takahata 101 used as a bartender.
That is so flipping cool, though. Hey, you know, look, I imagine that this is how Vincent eventually dresses up after the events of Dirge's service.
Oh,
and
don't
he
worry.
finally mellows out.
I'm not showing them because I did not get that menu for him, but Vincent gets, not a lot, but a decent sizable amount of costumes that really seems to be targeting a specific type of audience, if you know what I mean.
Oh, let me guess, the fine dining and dressed suits and all that?
Basically, yes. Or particular
I guess it makes
coats,
sense. I guess it makes sense. He was a Turk, so the man would know his way around a suit and tie. I wonder if he gets a cowboy outfit too, since his weapon of choice. Huh? That's weird, given the amount of revolvers that they give him.
I don't know what to tell you.
On that note, does he get like an outfit harkening to his Turk days?
So far, no, but by the time we're recording this, there are hints that the Dirge Cerberus should start at some point, so we might get it in one of the pools.
Why did Corneo come all the way out here for Wall Market?
Well, maybe it's due to the fact that his sector is wrecked after Shinra kind of made a mess of things.
He's bored.
Unless he's really pining for the one that got away, Thunderhead.
I'm gonna
Fighting
take
for the fuel.
I'm gonna take no for 500, Alex.
Although going off a Machinar bridge, he was into it.
Oh no, yeah, I get that. It's just that I don't think he's, that hopeful. That's what I mean. Anyway, as you can imagine, this is your next dungeon. Although they did something to spice it up.
Long way to go to the top. Come on.
So
shame we don't have some materia that can help us fly. Oh, wait.
Instead of actually going through a set of caves in order to reach the Chao, you need to activate these giant propelling fans in order to literally boost you up, upward or in specific places. So weird.
Of course.
I mean,
this is how modern civilization works.
Clearly. But I guess I can use this time to talk about it. I think I mentioned it in the past a couple of times, but I am a bit fascinated by Yuffie's character arc outside of whole TV material, her motivation, because it harkens to this a sentiment a lot of Japanese people did have, particularly in the 80s and 90s, thanks to the economic boom and the subsequent lost decades, after the crash. The idea that post-war, things have been pushed too much in another direction, and Japan had kind of lost its identity into becoming essentially just, again, a tourist attraction with heavy influence from American hegemony, which is, as I believe, a bit true at the very least. Obviously, the big difference is that we don't really know Wutai's history, so we don't really know if Wutai's past did have the same type of atrocities that imperialist Japan did commit before and during World War II. So, for all we know, Wutai might have been just a nation of it, but was just standing there similar to Rador, and the Shinra just fucked them around. So, unless we know something more, Yuffie's motivation comes across as a bit more noble compared to what a lot of, Japanese people think for that sentiment. Which does include a particular character designer, which did work for Square on the SNES for the original Live Alive. I forgot his name. It's a guy that drew the... For those who don't know, the original Live Alive, at the very least, did have this gimmick that each of its segments, which talks a specific time period, had the gimmick of having its characters being drawn by a specific artist. It's actually pretty cool. The feudal Japan ninja segment, for example, is drawn by the mangaka who is still making Detective Conan. So that's pretty cute as a character design to see in a different kind of way. But the artist who drew the caveman segment for Live Alive, like the year after, as far as I remember, started a manga about an AU where imperialist Japan never lost the war, and it's the most rancid thing ever. Like,
oh boy, is in the... Oh, okay, are you talking about like the world, or the series itself is just bad?
Yes. Like, don't bother looking it up. I'm just glad that when the Live Alive remake was done, they just had Akiko Yoshida having to redo all the artwork anyway, so at the very least they did not have to employ the guy again.
When Japan
what the
had
fuck?
to... Wow!
Huh?
What?
Cloud!
Where'd he go? What?
There he is.
I think I just
Huh?
fell into the space between places. And
What?
I don't like it.
Cloud, let us never speak of this again, please.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, no, I wonder if maybe the sentiment also comes from the fact that, in a sense, Japan's kind of been at the mercy of America twice, essentially.
Yeah,
It's in
the
World War
first
II,
time.
but, of course, with Commodore Perry. Hey, guys, come on and just open up. Oh, and pay no mind to the giant ships with giant guns as
America
well. They're
terrorizing
just
a
part of the
foreign
welcoming
country
party.
to doing what they want. Thankfully, we never see these things these days.
Now, like Tio mentioned, to be fair, Japan were not exactly innocent in either regards themselves, but it's about, again, two wrongs and whatnot. But going to what you said, though, I think Yuffie is, in a way, meant to represent the younger generation, the ones that maybe aren't entirely, say, brainwashed, but have kind of only really the positive views of their country without really having seen, what they did
Let's
back then.
not forget
which...
that this character met Zack as a child, and she did not understood the danger she was actually running into, because any kind of other grunt or soldier, especially Sapphire, would have just slashed her on the spot,
Okay, to be fair, at the time of Crisis Core, and even this gacha has expanded on it, I think Sephiroth, by the time of Crisis Core, would have treated her gently, since, hey, That bit with Glenn, which, prompts Sephiroth to save the soldiers, which even gave him a new heroic White Winged Angel remix, does show that Sephiroth, at the time of Crisis Core, was still, by all intents, a hero, essentially. Now, Silver Grunts, yeah, they probably would have maybe have done it just off
Alright, here we go.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
Also, Elena and Yuffie are just A-posing.
Yeah, I know, it's like,
Just pretend that they're tied up, please.
Yeah, it's weird.
Did
It looks
you
like they
come to
just
stop me
pasted
from
their
finding
models.
a bride again?
I'm 16, you prick!
You're still doing this, huh?
I suspected this might happen, so I have a new pet for you to play with. To quote the dreams from the original commentary, Yuffie is a gold digger. Come here, Raps. So yeah, you have once again the boss fight against Raps, but because you have your materials this time, it's not as hard, obviously.
Like, I'll be honest. If Yuffie were in control of the situation, she would totally engineer a scheme where she offers to be someone's bride just to rob them, like, the night before the
something
wedding,
like
totally.
what Carmelita does in Sly 3 against General Tsao.
Pretty much, yeah.
She would do that.
Yes.
But to speak instead again of character arcs and what is again, I guess in another story, another type of story, Yuffie's character arc would be probably a case of her realizing the truth about her nation, and be wise about it. The original game doesn't really go into that much depth. After the fight against the pagoda, she just realizes what her father meant, but she still has at her core her ideal, and it does help the fact that, Shinra is genuinely, unapologetically a company of bastards who needs to be taken down anyway, so with them being gone, Wutai will be freed anyway on its own. To go back to what you wanted
I wonder if maybe there was a scrapped arc for her in Advent Children, since sadly Advent Children only really focuses on Cloud and Tifa for the most part.
It's a board, it's a a garnish type of thing, but between the On the Way to Osman novel and the calls that Cloud receives in Advent Children, we know that Kadajras and Yazoo also kidnapped children out of Wutai. Again, don't ask me how they did it, because their only vehicle was just that dinky, small truck that they used. And remember, there's a lot of land and ocean to cross, so how they did perform that is beyond me, but apparently they did. They managed to kidnap children out of all the major towns of Gaia, and that includes also Wutai, and that was Yuffie was investigating upon. Wait, just listen. Why do you think a bad guy like me will swallow his pride and plead for his life?
And now it's time for the bonus round.
Number 1, because I'm ready to die. Number 2, because I'm sure to win. Number 3, because I'm clueless.
Because she's sure to win? You really like to go to that answer.
Right. Well, remember, it's the correct
What's
one
wrong with
usually.
killing the creep?
Yeah.
If I push this button, they'll fall and be squashed like tomatoes.
I love how the victory music is still playing.
He thinks it's his.
Damn. I'll live the last laugh.
No, that would be us. It's actually playing for the Turks!
Sure.
No, you wish. Who invited them?
I love that Rude just uses a rock to throw away the remote control.
You knew this was gonna happen ever since you leaked that secret. We're gonna take care of you. Personally. Alright, Corneo. This'll be over quick, so listen up. Why do you think we went to all the trouble of teaming up with those guys to get you? 1, because we were ready to die. 2, because we're sure to win. 3, because we were clueless. Reno, not for nothing, but number 3 could legit be an answer given how the Turks are.
Number 2?
Wrong.
They're-
Nope, they're all wrong.
Why did you ask me then? Ah!
To make that funnier.
It's even more
He
brutal.
survives that, by the way. The correct answer was because it's our job.
Java is not kidding though, as I said a couple of times, Corneo survives from this fall, although he gets paralyzed, but because of that he legitimately reforms. So...
I guess he finally figured, you know what? Look, my body's literally broken from doing all this wrong. I'm just trying to be a good guy, which, hey, he and Rufus can have a support group on. The Crippled Reformatties.
Jesus.
Although Rufus kind of made a recovery, I guess, if Admin
He
chose
was
anything to
in
go
that
by.
showcase he was literally faking his disability, I guess.
Jesus.
Anyway, the Turks got called.
Was that the company?
Yes, Square
Nah.
Enix gives their regards.
No, it was our pizza. They said they'd be about 2 hours late.
I mean, considering all
Yeah,
the
it was
monsters
pineapple
roaming
pizza.
around.
It was already dead.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Oh, he's
want
right
us to
there.
find- Yeah, they want us to find Cloud. On.
Not for nothing, but you're standing on the edge of the statue. We can just cut that off.
No, today's our day off, and, you know, we're kind of on the wrong end of the hand. Bye! We'll just assume that there was someplace safe to land.
Thanks,
Well, that
Cloud.
happened.
Those Turks weren't such bad guys after all.
Oh, Yuffie.
Yuffie, you sweet summer child.
We get a gag similar to the one of Sonny Boom Rise of Lyric where, like, Tifa gives her an energetic pat on the back and she just falls off.
But that Corneo, what a dummy. He even stole my treasure.
That's what you were
Yeah,
worrying
Tifa
about.
slaps her so hard on the back
Hey,
that her
come
materia
on.
slips out. It doesn't matter now what happens. We don't have time for that now. Let's go.
Bye.
I'm too cool to care about that materia.
No. Bye.
And that's it.
She'll keep up.
Again,
Oh,
bit of a
that's it? Not
yeah.
even the reflective scene?
No, bit of a condensed version, like I said. Anyway, tune in for the next part, where instead we have the final part of this chapter, where, of course, we search for the keystone and have the data, the gold saucer. So see you for that.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.